Now recognizes Mr. Lynch for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I do want to say there's a little bit of revisionist history here about the circumstances under which Russia did invade Ukraine. I hope my colleagues recall that it was the U.S. intelligence service that, and the White House that consistently warned President Zelensky that Russia was going to invade. It was Zelensky who came back and said, we don't think they're going to do this. Those are the facts. Those are the facts. I understand if you want to score political points, I understand that, but you can't rewrite history. And if you go back and read the intelligence reports, read what Zelensky was insisting, it was the U.S. intelligence service, and we collectively in this Congress, in classified settings, we applauded the work of the U.S. intelligence service under the Biden administration for correctly calling that invasion and rallying Europe behind Ukraine, standing behind them. Separate and apart from any other criticism you might have of the administration. They got that right. They got that right. Let me talk briefly about and ask briefly about the matter at hand. So DOD has been frequently criticized because of the failure of its audits from various quarters. One of the factors that affects our ability to really look, our readiness militarily is going to be affected by our fiscal readiness as well, right? We've got to be able to plan. We've got to be able to the degree possible, correctly estimate costs on weapon systems and deployments. All of that requires a good financial team within DOD. And I'm concerned. The Government Accountability Office reported last year that they were worried about DOD's ability to attract the necessary personnel with the right skill sets to put our fiscal house in order. And I'm just wondering what's going on right now from your perspective to meet that challenge that GAO has identified.
So I prefer to defer to the Department of Defense on their hiring practices in terms of their own personnel. We at the DoD OIG have been pretty successful in hiring highly qualified individuals to provide oversight of the Department of Defense and to include financial management professionals. So defer to the DoD.
So within the financial management community, I'm able to speak about that, but within the acquisition community, we have a significant number of people that perform multiple functions, whether they're procurement, engineering, systems engineering, logistics. But the workforce challenge of making sure we're able to attract and recruit the right people to do what we need them to do, that is right now one of our leaders' top priorities.
Let me just, you know, it sounds like everything's fine, don't worry, but this is I'm reading from the GAO report that DOD lacks a strategic approach for workforce planning for the collective set of staff that support financial management systems. I mean, that's their analysis after their investigation, and you know, you're saying things are good and we're going to keep on doing what we're doing. So there seems to be a divergence of opinion there. Did the GAO hit on anything, or they're just?
So I would prefer to have the comptroller provide you the response for the financial management community. I can speak to the acquisition community.
Mr. Khan?
The major issue that was identified in that report was a skill gap analysis for DoD to be looking to the future to develop the workforce of the future. For a few reasons, their processes are changing in part because of the audit. New technology is coming in line, so you have to retrain the people to be able to understand the new process and the technology. So without doing a skill gap analysis, which is what they currently have and where they need to be, it's going to be difficult to develop the requirements, the skills that the people need to have for the future needs.
All right. My time has expired. Mr. Chairman, I yield back. Thank you.